You know what's funny is I've actually done a couple takes now, and I wish I hadn't. In fact, I'm probably going to put up the first one at some other point. Um, but I'm happy for this to be the raw, semi-casual, uncut version. So, using myself as an example, I've grown up in a body, and me as a person has changed as much as my physicality has changed. And I'm fortunate enough to have become, again, I guess, relatively fixated on my physicality as to guiding me through my life. And I think there's something to be said for that. In fact, as I consider that, I think there's a lot to be said for that. Now, in studying and learning about the body and having injured it myself and like intuitively experienced injury, how to rehabilitate it, and then even more interestingly, begun to understand the anatomy in motion and understand the actual moving or cohesion and intricate nature of physicality. It's just, it just leads you down a rabbit hole in a really cool way. It just leads you on this path which is peppered with everything you could say about life. It's peppered with doubts, frustrations, anxiety, stress, comparing yourself, your aesthetics to another person, to what's deemed beautiful, to what's deemed handsome, amazing, and then what's deemed ugly, and the rest of it. It has obstacles and barriers and walls that you hit, and you don't know why, and so you kind of dig a little bit further. But you know, just like everything else, it ends up being a process. And if you're paying strong enough or close enough attention to a process, you start to figure out in repetition what is in that process that you can alter and what you can affect change in. And then you notice the small wins that come out of it, or you just notice the outcomes. And I just think it's something so fascinating to have observed or being the observer in my physical journey, and to share the knowledge and all the investigations that I might have done into that, and just kind of put all that information that exists out there, 21st century age of information, to reconceptualize it, to conceptualize it or contextualize it in, a relatively digestible manner. I mean, there's a lot of education out there that's pretty dry, and it's hard to palate, and it doesn't have to be that way. So I hope that someone can get something out of these videos. I really hope someone ends up thinking the body's as cool as what I think the body is. Yeah.